Hello, it's almost 10 o'clock. Welcome to this weather update on this rather really miserable day across our area. Ophelia there, you can see, is now just a depression. We're going to get to that. But yeah, we had moderate rain, and then the afternoon was mostly light rain and drizzle, but that drizzle is just a pain in the neck. There's nothing more I hate than drizzle. It's the most annoying thing. But let's go to the latest from the National Hurricane Center on Ophelia, and this will probably be one of the last updates. But it's a depression now, and maximum sustained winds are 35 miles an hour, minimum central pressure 1,000 millibars, located at 37 north and 77.6 west. That's moving north at just 9 miles an hour. We also have a new storm out there. We'll talk about that more tomorrow night, I think. Felipe at 40 miles an hour. And we'll talk about more about Felipe tomorrow night. Let's get into the impacts from Ophelia today, and we'll share with you some pictures actually from Ocean County Sheriff 911 of some of the flooding that was occurring in Ocean County. You can see this whole area is underwater here. You got some power lines down as well, so power outages. There you go, and there some whole roads underwater. I'm not sure where that is, but I think it's down by the dock somewhere. You can see some of the flooding that was going on there in Ocean County. So we go to News 12, and they have a story. South Shore was pummeled with rough rip currents, they say. So let's see what it looks like there. I'm not going to play the whole video, but see. Yeah, look at those waves right there. So pretty miserable standing on the beach. Not I was thinking, oh, check out the waves, but if that drizzle falling, forget it. There's no way that I would check that out. It's not worth it. But yeah, you can see, look at those big waves there that were pummeling the South Shore there. So looking at the current radar right now, you'll see that we have a little bit of a break. You see, oh, there's nothing over us, but no, there is. It's still drizzling out there, and it's making it miserable. Other than that, you got some light rain, some heavier rain over Ocean County, and going back down here, you can see this is what's left of Ophelia now, just a depression. Looks like right around Richmond, Virginia there, some heavy rain over there. But that's going to be it for Ophelia. But, well, it won't be it. We're still going to be dealing with the remnants of it, giving us a miserable weekend because it's going to linger into tomorrow and perhaps part of Monday as well because we have no jet stream. So let's go and look at our current observations right now. And you can see Islip 63. Actually, it's Farmingdale. Where is Islip missing from here? Islip 63 degrees. The dew point's up to 61. It's getting more muggy out there. I feel the humidity increasing. East-northeast at 17, gusting to 24, and light rain falling right there. And if you look at the day here, the kind of day we had at Islip, you'll see just pretty miserable day. You can see here the dew point's definitely rising. Actually, they were rising into the afternoon, and now we have dew points up near 61 at Islip. And the peak wind gust was 37 miles an hour. This actually tells the peak wind gust here. Peak wind gust of 35 at West Hampton. But if we go look at these buoys, like this buoy here, you can see wave height is 10 feet, almost 11 feet, and a maximum gust of 45 miles an hour at that buoy right there. This buoy doesn't report winds, but it is reporting a wave height of 14.1 feet. And some of these conditions off Jersey, again, Seagirt had a maximum wind gust of, what was their maximum wind gust? 48 miles an hour. Northeast wind to 33, gusting to 43. So this is what's pounding the water into the coast and causing all that flooding. And the Jersey Shore is probably getting hit harder with that in regards to the flooding here. Another buoy here, Barnegat Bay, reporting a wave height of 12.5 feet. So, yeah, you got some pretty big waves out there. Even though it's just a tropical storm and now just a depression, it has stirred up the ocean quite a bit. And we still have all these hazards in effect. We have the high surf advisory, the rip current statement, and also a gale warning for the offshore waters in Jersey. You also have a gale warning as well. And the green, that is a coastal flood advisory also in effect for Jersey as well. For our area, we're under a coastal flood statement. So let's go take a look at our temperatures. It's no sense really looking at the highs and lows. We're just going to go right to precipitation here. And we'll show you what how much rain has fallen in the past 24 hours here across Long Island. Not as much. We haven't really got, like I said, it's mainly been on the light to moderate side. Hasn't been heavy. Not only less than a half an inch out east, but as you make your way westward, you'll see the numbers get closer to an inch. In the Hudson Valley, you get over an inch, and then as we go into New Jersey, the numbers get even higher, with 2.14 falling in Homedale. And then making your way south into Jersey, look at some of these numbers here. Toms River, over 3 inches of rain. So Toms River got into some of that heavy rain that they've been getting there. 3.24, 2.51. So, yeah, this area of Jersey really got a lot of rain here. 3 inches of rain so far, and we're not done yet. 3.47 in Atlantic City Airport. 3.35 in Mays Landing. And if we look at the airport, actually, I'd like to... They probably have a ton of rain for the month so far already. So let's go to the climate statistics here. We're going to go to today's climate statistics and look at today's climate statistics. So, we were 10 degrees below normal for the high, but only 4 degrees below normal for the day. But as far as rainfall goes, Islip, 3 inches, just over 3 inches of rain. It's not that remarkable because Islip only got 0.22 inches of rain. But if we go over to Central Park got, 0.64 inches of rain. So month to date, they're at 6 inches. And Newark, probably getting a little more rain than that. They got 0.76 rain. So their month to date is 4.47 inches of rain. And if we go to the changes to the other site, which is what I really want to do here, looking at Philadelphia here and looking at the climate statistics for Philadelphia, and of course they have a different page and it's laid out completely differently. Let's see if we can find that. They have it in here somewhere. Climate information. They have a different. Yeah, here we go. So if we go and we look at Atlantic City Airport, for instance, the your daily climate report, they had a record today of 2.42 inches of rain. This was before when they took the observation. Now it's even higher. Month to date, 4.35 inches of rain. I'm kind of curious what the wettest September in Central Park is, and see if we're going to break any of those records as far as what the wettest, most rainfall ever at Islip. And I guess we'll talk about that more tomorrow night, or we can talk about it tonight, I guess, as well. Islip September rainfall record. So let's see what the record is, and we'll see what the Islip historical site. Let's see. That's just. We want to see the highest ever recorded for Islip as far as the highest September rainfall. I think. Well, we're just gonna have to wait to the end of the month, I guess. I don't know. I was kind of curious, but we'll see if we do break any records because we've still got more rain on the way, obviously. Going back to our map here of rainfall, we're gonna go further south. We can see there's still tropical storm warnings in effect for the area that's still been under the warning. You can see 2 and 3 inch rainfall amounts here inland into Virginia. Here you see 3.55. Lots and lots of rainfall in a lot of these areas here. 3.54. 4.90 actually being reported at Jacksonville. So that area got a lot of rain. When you go just to the south, barely anything. So it kind of shows you where all the moisture went. And I'll tell you, it just quite a storm. Considering it formed literally out of nothing. Literally, it formed like right over there. So let's see what they have here in our news statements here. Ophelia wreaks havoc with flooding and power outages. So we're just going to look at this here and show you what has happened here, causing flooding and rough seas from North Carolina to New Jersey and beyond. These are your wind gust reports here. So 80 miles an hour at Wrightsville Beach. Frying Pan Tower got up to 75 miles an hour. Frying Pan Shoal, 72. So you had some gusts over hurricane force, which is quite incredible here. Dangerous episodes of flash flooding were reporting in Greenville, North Carolina. And again, you can see here from the rainfall. So this was from the rainfall. This is not from the ocean. This is actually from all the rainfall that was falling. This is some of the coastal flooding that happened in Washington, D.C. There was coastal inundation being reported here. Um, some communities were inundated. Knee-high water in many homes along the waterfront in New Bern, North Carolina. And their high tide has yet to even come. At this point, the power of Ophelia had already proved to be a formidable force in parts of the Outer Banks. Highway 12 in Murillo Beach, North Carolina, was washed out. So these are some of the things here. Check out how rough the surf is here. Here are a couple of Twitters here. You can sort of see how bad it is here. It's kind of small, but you can see how rough the surf is there. Here's some flooding in Bethany Beach, Delaware. So this is Bethany Beach. You can see seawater has come into some of the neighborhoods here. Rough surf visible in Rehoboth Beach, so Delaware getting hit hard as well by this storm. So a lot going on with this storm. And here again is what it looks like on the MODIS satellite. You can see here, there it is right there on the MODIS satellite from today. That's Ophelia. Here we are at the current satellite. Now just a depression, but still very remarkable for sure. And what a storm that it just literally formed out of nothing. It really is incredible, but that's what those warm water temperatures can do. And luckily, it didn't have more time, otherwise it could have been a hurricane. But it just didn't have the time to become a hurricane. So let's go and talk about some of the other things going on in this planet right now, because I know everybody's talking about this, but when I was looking at the MODIS satellite, let's go over to Canada and take a look at all that smoke right there. That is incredible. So this is all from the wildfires going on in, I guess, British Columbia or in Alberta. So this is British Columbia, and this is Alberta, and really incredible. Look at all that smoke. There's a big cloud of smoke literally arcing through Canada, and it's all the way up near in Nunavut. And that's, you can see there's more smoke over here in Churchill, so we're still seeing this. And here's some more fires in Saskatchewan. Looks like there's some in Manitoba too. So wildfires are continuing in Canada. This hasn't stopped. It's just been going nonstop all year. It's absolutely nuts. And I'm going to talk about it. This is an incredible plume of smoke that we're seeing here. This is really incredible to see. Oh yeah, a whole bunch of fires just flared up around Saskatchewan now. So look at this, Saskatchewan, Manitoba. This whole area just flared up. Yep. And we can add layers and show all the fires here. So if we go here and look at the fires here, fires and thermal anomalies, and we'll just put that in there, day and night, and we'll close that up. And you'll see these are all the fires that are still burning in Canada right now. So this is still a major disaster that still hasn't stopped, even if the media has stopped talking about it. It's still ongoing, and it's unbelievable. And yet people in Canada want to vote for people who are climate deniers. I don't understand what the hell is wrong with them. But anyway, let's close out MODIS, and we're going to actually look at this on the other satellite that we have as well. So let's go to North America, and we'll look at the southeastern Alaska view, which usually shows us that area a little bit. Doesn't really show us that well what's going on. Let's make this a little bit longer loop here. Yeah, look at that plume right there. That's incredible. That's an incredible plume. And the fact that it's being driven straight north like that, it really is incredible to see. That really is something. Look at that. You can see right here. That is incredible. So we've had a huge flare-up in the Canadian wildfires, and I'm going to talk a little more about that tomorrow night, but this is not good news at all. So you can see, yeah, that's all smoke right there. That's all smoke. That's all smoke. That's incredible. And you can see how it's just being pushed because there's a big ridge over here. There's a big ridge over here, so you can see lots of smoke. All right. Because of that big ridge. So, yeah, look at that. Huge ridge there, just shooting that smoke up right up into northern Canada. That's incredible. So, actually, I want to go back to the weather and hazards map now, because we're going to have to do that and look at some of the observations from this area and show you what's going on up here, because it's still very notable. And the conditions in Saskatchewan here. I don't know what they got up to today. 73. That's very warm for mid-September in that area. Yeah, it's still 70 up in this area here. Let's look at Yellowknife, because that's an area that's got to be socked in with smoke. And get an observation out of Yellowknife here. Let's see. 6 miles in smoke. Yep, they're reporting smoke. So a lot of these areas dealing with wildfire smoke. Again, continues. Yeah, half a mile in Fort Nelson with smoke. So visibility. So this is incredible to see what's going on over here. So let's see. We got another one. High level has got 1 mile of visibility and smoke right now. So the fires are continuing up in Canada. It's just unbelievable that it just continues. It just never ends up there. Let's see if any of these other stations actually will report the smoke here being reported. But you can see the smoke is probably getting all the way up here. It's absolutely nuts. It really is. But the jet stream is just completely dysfunctional at this point. I mean, it should be getting cold there now, and it's not. I mean, it's just unbelievable what's going on. So if I do put Canada wildfires, which I will do, because you'll see that wildfires turn. All right, let's see, as wildfire worsens. Let's see. Canada's awful summer gives way to burning fall. Here's an article from Axios. So yeah, there you go. That's what I showed you a number of days ago. Worst wildfire season, and the fires are still burning. All right, so it's really incredible. But anyway, this is the problem. We are getting too much rain, and not enough rain is falling in Canada. But anyway, let's go look at the models here and look at the latest models here. And the 18Z GFS really paints a really, really crappy picture for days and days. All right, so we're going to look at this first, and you'll see little rain lets up a little bit tonight, but we still have the drizzle, and then another wave of rain comes in tomorrow, and look at what happens. It lingers around Monday. It lingers around Tuesday. It lingers around Wednesday as well. And then finally, by Thursday, it finally gets out of here. So according to the GFS, we would be getting 3 more days of rain. This is just the 18Z GFS. If we go to the 12Z, it's totally different. So it's just one run. But you'll see how it's lingering around on Monday, and then Tuesday it finally gets out of here. This would be the 12Z GFS. All right. Why is the GFS doing this, you may ask? Well, let's go and look at our jet stream here. Or, well, we don't really have a jet stream, but we'll go ahead and look at it here. And you can see this is the 12Z GFS. So you notice there's a little more of a slight push coming in here in the jet stream that would push this thing away. But if we look at the 18Z run, the jet stream isn't there at all. And it kind of just, it takes a while. It takes till Wednesday for this thing to actually start pushing out of here. So that's why we're seeing this difference going on, and I hopefully it's just a bad run, and that's not what's going to happen, because if that would have happened, that would be really, really bad. So let's go to the European model here, 18Z European, and you see that second wave of rain comes in. Yep, lingers around Monday, and then finally Tuesday we get it out of here. So yeah, Monday we were supposed to dry out, but now we got 2 more sucky days to go, and there could still be drizzle around even on Tuesday, if what I mean, we'd have to see. But I mean, this is just awful. So it's just miserable. Meanwhile, if you go out west, they're having beautiful weather. But for us, we are just we're just stuck in this disgusting crap. But anyway, that is the European model. We'll go look at the icon model. So you can see there's the icon, and then at least the icon tries to dry us out Monday, and then by Tuesday we should be done with it. All right. Because the other GFS run looked so much better than this 18Z GFS run, but it's just one run. All right. So let's go a little closer into our area, and we're going to look at the HRRR next. 0Z HRRR into tomorrow. All right. Drizzled showers continue. Here comes another wave of rain in the morning. Little break, and then another batch of showers in the afternoon, and then a little break, and then more, and there could still be drizzle in there as well. So and then as we go into Monday, You see the remnants of Ophelia here. Those are the remnants. Look at that. Still raining on Monday. We don't really wrap it up until late Monday afternoon if the HRRR is right. And there could still be drizzle in there. So, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. It really is. It really is. So, let's go look at some of the rain. Let's look at some of the other models here. Actually, let's go look at the total accumulated precip as well, because we have more rain to fall, and according to the HRRR, this is on top of what we have gotten already. You can see more of the heavier rain over Long Island, another 2 inches perhaps, through Monday night. Now, if we go to that horrible GFS run, it gives us another 2 to 3 inches. Actually, if we move this along here, yeah, through Wednesday, it could give us another 3 to 5 inches of rain over Long Island, if that GFS was right. All right, so that's an incredible amount of rain, if that would be right. But it's just one run, and I'm hoping it's wrong. The European, but again, the European, we've seen the European. It's not, it's not. The European's a little on the low side with only another inch, maybe 1 to 2 inches of rain. I think we're going to see more than that. And why is the GFS doing this? Let's go back to the GFS again, because the GFS model has been actually pretty decent. That's why if the GFS is doing something, I'm taking it, rather seriously at this point. Let's look at the humidity. All right, so you can see that real dark green area there, right? We have that brownish area that kind of gives us a little bit of a break, but then you see that dark green area coming in again tomorrow, and then it lingers around Monday. Another batch comes in Tuesday and Wednesday, and it still lingers around, and then we don't really get out of it until Friday. A whole week of this crap. I mean, like I said, I wish for those of us who have the money and the resource, I would just get on a plane and go somewhere where the weather was nice. This is awful. I can't deal with this. But hopefully this model is wrong. This run is wrong. So if we look at the 12Z run, you'll see it shows up for tomorrow and Monday a little bit, and then Tuesday you can see that drier air start to come in, and then by Wednesday it's over. Right, the brown is the drier air, the green color is like the moisture. All right. So let's go to the HRRR, back to the HRRR again, and we'll look at our dew points and wind flow, because we have that warmer air building in. So you see those dew points there. They're starting to rise a little bit. And we'll see that again more tomorrow. The dew points rise to the 60s despite the east wind, because we're getting some of that tropical moisture wrapping around what's left of Ophelia. And then as we get into Monday, you'll see that drier air start to come back in again. The winds go a little more northeasterly, but you still see those barbs there. It's still going to be breezy right through Tuesday. So this is going to be a prolonged easterly fetch, which is going to cause a lot of flooding issues as well that we're going to have. It's going to continue. Now, if we look at the GFS, compare that to the GFS here. GFS doesn't do it as much to the same degree. Well, it does. You can see it almost trying to redevelop something over there. You so as the drier, it does come in Wednesday. So I don't know why the GFS is doing what it's doing, because the dew points are lower. So what the GFS is doing to me and the 18Z doesn't make any sense, because it's not matching up with the surface. That's why I'm looking at the GFS. But anyway, let's go back to the HRRR. So the 18Z GFS run has some issues. I think it's wrong. So we're not going to... Hopefully we don't have a crappy week in addition to a crappy weekend. But here we go. Temperatures rise tonight, and we'll probably have temperatures warmer than today. Probably upper 60s and more muggy. To our north, it's colder. And then Monday, we get into that northeasterly flow again, where the temperatures are going to be colder again on Monday. Going to be colder, all right? But we could still have that drizzle around, depending on what the humidity is. Let's see the dew points. If there has to be a decent enough spread the dew points if there's higher humidity. We'll have to look at that and see if we got the drizzle. But I want to look at a few more models. Let's go to the NAM 12. We have only 27 frames of the NAM 12 at the 0Z run, but we're going to go ahead and look at this. So here's the NAM. Not quite as bad tomorrow with the rainfall. You'll notice the NAM is drier. Oddly enough, the NAM is drier on this. This is the 0Z run. If I go back, and we're looking at the NAM 12 here. If I go back here, you'll see if for some reason it's taking away that second slug of rain that comes around in the afternoon tomorrow, all right? But you can see it lingers it, and then by Monday it does get it out of here. So there's still, the models don't know what to do because the jet stream is so weak, right? So we got to root for this high to build down and push this stuff off to the south, hopefully, and at least dry us out by Tuesday at this point. Now, if we look at the NAM on the 18Z run, as far as the total amount of rain would fall, it could still be another 1 to 2 inches, perhaps. Well, this is the 18Z run. The 0Z run only takes us out through 0Z Monday, but you see it doesn't really show that much. I don't know why the 0Z run is. It's interesting how this is all, the models keep being so volatile with this. It really is. We're going to look at the RGEM next for precipitation as well, so let's go to that. So this is the RGEM, which is the Canadian model, and you see that rain continues, gets heavy tomorrow afternoon, that second wave, and that could soak us. And then Monday, you can see it lingers around on Monday, and very slowly, even Tuesday. So this is the RGEM here, very slow to get that rain out of here, all right? And this is a wetter solution, and that gives us a total, that gives us another 2 inches of rain, all right? So let's go and look at the skies. Just for fun, we'll look at just throw you the skies here so you can visualize what's going on here. So you can see it's just kind of just stalled out. It's just stalled out, though. Finally, by Tuesday, we finally start trying to push this down a little more. So by Tuesday, conditions improve, but Monday could still be pretty miserable. We still originally looked like we were going to get out of it by Monday, but now that may not happen. It may linger around. Which I really don't. I'm sick of this. I mean, it's just sitting here. It's ridiculous. The storm just doesn't move. It's not normal. This is not normal at all. I'm going to keep reiterating because that's what it is. It's not normal to have a storm sit there for ages. But let's go to the Ventus sky next. We'll go to a few more sites here and visualize this as well. So, looking at the surf, obviously, I prefer using the Eurosiphons, but I'll use both. You can see we're dealing with that high surf. We're going to tomorrow. It comes down a lot tomorrow. We're still dealing with it in the early part of the day, but in the evening, it comes because you don't have that tropical storm there anymore, but you're still going to have that easterly wind fetch you. And this actually shows what definitely clearly shows is a warm front right here and a southerly flow to the south. This is 8 o'clock tomorrow night. You can see over us, we're still dealing with those gusty easterly winds tomorrow. You can see it almost shows like what is a warm front. I'm curious. Let's go look at temperatures and see if that shows up on temperatures. Not that. Yeah, it does sort of show up. You can see this is a warm front right here. That's a warm front. If we look at dew points, maybe I would show the boundary. You can sort of see it a little bit. Yeah, definitely lower dew points over here, higher over here. So, whatever. We're still dealing with those winds tomorrow. And you can see that here. This is, again, the HRRR that it's showing. A warm front kind of just gets stuck to the south. So with that kind of setup, that's a recipe for just another nasty day. With even if it's not raining, you're going to be dealing with drizzle. It's going to be horrible. Let's go to Monday, because Monday, look at that. We get the winds picking up again. These are wind gusts here, 40 miles an hour, northeast wind. Something's trying to take shape here. This is the HRRR we're looking at here, and then it flips over to the icon. But you can see strong winds actually pick up again on Monday with this developing low right here off to the south, all right? And that could actually cause the waves to get bigger again. Let's see. Yeah, we have a little bit of increase in waves again. We see toward the evening. There you go. Increase of waves again. No, not as bad as we're currently dealing with, but it would still be bad. Looking at humidity, let's see. Still high. So that high humidity, there could still be drizzle around. It's something that we're going to have to... Clouds. Let's see if I can actually go to fog. It's not showing fog. All right, but it could still be drizzle. And that's my concern that I have. We look at precipitation here. You can see it does sort of dry. You can see it's still lingering around 2 o'clock. Finally gets out of here. All right, but it still could be some drizzle around, all right? And then we move it along to Tuesday. It's finally gone. Finally gone. But still very cool. Temperatures only in the 60s and probably cloudy as well. If we go look at the clouds, yeah, it'll be overcast, but at least we won't have any rain. Waves would still be... Oh, yeah, look at this. So Tuesday, it picks up the ocean again. Look at that. Again, because it's that easterly fetch that we're going to have, especially for Jersey. Oh, boy. All right, so let's look at windy.com. All right, so let's go to our wind gust report here. All right, so this is the European model now, because, again, every model has its own way of dealing with stuff. You should see tomorrow the winds die down a little bit from today, but still strong winds offshore, gusts till 44. And we move this to Monday. Yeah, see how it picks up again? Because there's another area of low pressure developing to our south, because, again, you have these warm waters. Gusts to 51 offshore again. Inland, you're dealing with 38-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Waves, they'll be picking up again. Here we go for Monday. So it's actually going to get worse on Monday, it looks like. So we get a little, well, just tomorrow. It's not dialing it back much tomorrow. This is Sunday. It's not dialing it back much at all. This is tonight. Or it is dialing it back, but not that much. The Monday, we're still dealing with these seas rough, and then we have to wait until... Look, Tuesday, still dealing with it. We're still dealing with these rough seas, because if we look at the winds, we still got that flow coming in. It's unbelievable. Clouds, does show at least the clouds breaking up a little bit, but let's just show the precipitation for Monday. You can see it just lingers around. Oh, maybe it's trying to dry it out later Monday. I hope we get this thing out of here Monday, because I can't. They really sucked. And I did go out in it, and it was miserable. But, well, anyway, and it sucks because a lot of people had a lot of stuff to do this weekend, you know. This thing should just come through, get its business done, and get out of here, but we don't have that anymore. This is another way we can actually detect drizzle right here, is using the visibility. So let's show you this. All right, so this is, you can see, because most models, they don't have a drizzle setting or whatever, but you can see that green. That's probably drizzle right there, right? This is looking at tomorrow, right? You can see here. And then we get into some of that rain again later in the afternoon. And then for Monday, it does show that the drizzle's gone by 3 o'clock, so hopefully we won't have to deal with it. I really hope we can get out of it by then. But let's go, and before I wrap this up, I guess, let's look at, go back to Ventu Sky and look at Cape levels for tomorrow, just, and the Storm Prediction Center. With that warm front in the vicinity, I'm just a little concerned. So let's see, Cape levels for tomorrow. It's mainly offshore for tomorrow, which is good. So we shouldn't have any, but it's close. Lifted index. It's all south of that warm front, but that warm front hanging out there could, again, cause some issues. You can see there. Let me go to the Storm Prediction Center. Just cover all our bases here. See if they have anything posted for tomorrow. Nothing for us. Okay. So I don't think there'll be any severe weather, but there is the chance of a thunderstorm tomorrow as we deal with that. We'll close to that warmer air coming in. Lastly, we'll just go over the National Weather Service briefing before I wrap this up. So this is, again, just show you the maps here. The hazards of this weekend with the gale warning, high surf advisory, and small craft advisory. Coastal flood hazards, coastal flood statement, coastal flood advisory for parts of the Sound, it looks like. And this is the additional rainfall we can see. So, yeah, more rainfall. And expected wind gusts early Sunday morning. It looks like that wind is, like I said, calmed down a little bit. And the power outage situation has also calmed down. Well, lastly, just due to that, I guess we'll look at PSCG Long Island. We do have 765 customers without power right now. And most of these outages are on the North Shore. Most all of them are on the North Shore. A few on the South Shore. Most are on the North Shore. The North Shore always has problems with that. They have a lot of trees in full leaf. Old trees, big trees that come down. That take out power lines. Sometimes it's just a tree branch. It won't necessarily be a whole tree that will come off. Jersey Central Power and Light. Let's go to their outage map. And see how they're doing. They have 536 customers without power. Actually doing better than we are. Despite them getting more wind. But they don't have as many of those type of trees that come down over there. You know, there's a decent outage in Beechwood that's 100 and the 500 customers. Other than that, most of the outages are small. They're scattered around. And the shore area. And then we have some inland as well. Actually, probably more inland than anything else. So, anyway, I think that's going to wrap it up tonight. Have a good night, and another miserable day tomorrow. Hopefully we get out of this by Monday. I hate this weather. It's so depressing.